Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to you on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon. My name's Kyron. I work in our technical sales department here in Reiningen, and today we will be going through one of our new products, or a new version of an old product, maybe I should say, the NRAC and ground-mounted system. This is one of the first webinars that we've been doing where we're actually going to invite someone else from the industry as well. And so today I have with me Sven Hunterman from SMA. Sven, can you hear me? Would you maybe be able to give a bit of an introduction about yourself and what you'll be talking about today?
I can hear you. Hello, good morning. I would say almost good morning, good afternoon, everybody. We had already a morning session. Sorry for this. Yes, I can hear you, and later on you can see me as well. I hope you can hear me as well.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we cannot see you yet, Sven.
Yeah, I can switch off. Plop. Now you should see me.
Yeah, that's better.
Perfect. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Sven. So just for those who maybe don't know, Sven, could you maybe give a bit of an introduction to SMA and what you'll be talking about today?
Yeah, we will be looking into the whole portfolio from our commercial industry products. So on-grid, off-grid inverters, batteries as well. So really that you are able to bring the whole system at your projects on the world, yeah, wherever you are. I'm personally started 1 year ago with SMA CNI sales. And yeah, before this, I was working for a battery company. And lots of years and experiences within the renewables and yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
I'm
wonderful.
happy and thankful that we are doing this together here with K2. Thanks for that.
Yeah, no, you're welcome, and we're very pleased to have you on board because we also think it's a great way that we can effectively live by our motto or our byline, connecting strength. I know, so K2 and SMA have been working together for quite a while, actually, with the base software and the Sunny Portal software. So if you might already know this, if you have used a K2 base design, you can export that into the SMA software as well. So as you also provide a wide range of products for the NRAC and the ground-mounted solutions. We thought it was a great opportunity to have you. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say. Actually, haven't been in any of the preparation, so I'm excited to learn it. We'll pass over to you again later for your part, if that's all right. Okay, wonderful. So if you haven't joined our webinars before, I'll also go through a bit of housekeeping right now. You should have all seen a survey that has popped up. This just helps us know who we're talking to today, and we can then tailor the information and give it a little bit better and maybe more detailed information. So if you haven't already filled it out, please do. It helps us. It helps us help you. So that will be easy. Also, in regards to this webinar, it is being recorded. It will be sent out as a link later on, which you can access and you can share if you want to. So you'll get that tomorrow in a follow-up email along with some links. So most of what we talk about today will be shared in there. Um, and if you have any questions throughout the day, of course, we'd love to hear them. So there is a Q&A section of your Zoom. If you're coming from a different language, it might actually be different letters, but you'll figure it out. It's down the bottom here somewhere. And this is where you can put some questions. And if it's related to a K2 product, myself or Axel, who's working in the background, he'll be able to send you some answers. And if it's something that Sven might be able to answer, he can do that while presenting. If we don't get to your questions for whatever reason, we do have the recording of these questions as well, so we will get back to you via email. So also if you have to drop out or something, or you get called out, we will still have that access and that recording, and so we will get back to you. Please don't worry about that. I think housekeeping wise, then that's probably it. Let's get into it. So we're going to go through a bit of a presentation, and then I've got some products over here which I'll show you, and we'll be going back and forth. But I reckon we can get into it. So you should now see my screen. So this is our agenda. We've already introduced ourselves, so we can probably skip over that. So today we're going to be talking about our NRAC 2.2 kits. So the NRAC has been actually a product in the K2 portfolio for quite a while as a bit of a different version, a project-specific version. It's now a product that is that we have on stock in a number of variations, which a bit more expansive than just what you see here. And this is now what we would say the most compact and easiest version to buy and install. It's a kit. So it comes in two modules in 20 degrees, as you see here. And it's all of the products you need with the exception of the concrete itself. So obviously it's not so practical to be shipping around big chunks of concrete. So we leave that up to you or your or whoever's doing the install to source the concrete, whether you want to prefab it or have it um, um, built up and poured on site. That's sort of up to you. So, but the idea for this is it's going to be great, or it is going to be great, is great, should I say, for just a single table, a couple of PV modules in the backyard if you have a bit of space, or if you have maybe a little bit more, but you want to just do it off grid. It's quite easy to have all the material. So let's go through some of the points on it. So the kit will be for 2 by 20 sorry, what am I saying? 2 by 12, 2 by 12 modules. If you only want to use 10 modules, you could also do something similar. You'll just get 2 extra or 4 extra clamps. That's not so much of an issue. Um, and if you would like to do sort of more than 24 panels to a table, maybe your options might be you could buy 2 tables and put the 10 on each or split it up a little bit differently. But the idea of this 24 panel is a good size for the combination with the other parts of the system. So some of the inverters and for your wiring, it's much easier to have a 24 panel table than it is to have like a sort of a larger table. What's also advantageous if you know K2 is that it comes with many products and concepts that are used in other systems as well. So we'll go through in a bit more, but the clamps and the rails are quite similar. The legs, we're using something very similar to um, our tilt-up vento system, so a sort of rooftop flat roof system. And so it all works in a similar way to what the company and if you've used K2 before already know. So also it's not designed for larger projects as well. So this is something we should probably put out that it's, as I said before, really looking for that target audience of maybe you have a little bit of space in your backyard or you've got a small farm that you just want to produce a bit more energy for a shed or for something off grid that you can just do maybe 1 table or 2 tables here and there. We do, oh, sorry, and probably the most important point there is you don't have to do it or you can do it without any or very much planning. And by that, I mean, we have designed this specifically for certain situations, those situations being a location as per the European standards or wherever you are based that has up to 0.75 kilonewtons per meter squared of snow load and up to 0.67 of wind loads. All right, so if you have a project that's outside of this, we might have to look at a different product, or there might be something else suitable for you or your project in this case. But to sum up all of this, if you have a situation that has the loads that are listed here, it's effectively now just one product in K2. So you can go to our website or go to our distributor and say, hey, look, this product number, this is what I want. And all of that material comes just in the one kit. So to go through some of the material in a little bit more detail, we're going to show this later as well, but just to kind of give you an idea, the foot of the system, this is going to be connected to some concrete, to the concrete blocks with some multi-monty screws. We'll then fix the legs and the bracing with some bolts. And for extra support against the wind loads, we also put a cross bracing, which you can kind of see behind. Um, Also, you can note that the back leg's always going to need a bit more support than the front leg, but that's just going to be 2 concrete screws. Similar concept happening at the front, but with only the one foot. Moving then sort of up onto the system, we're going to be using a couple of newer products. So this is sort of a new beam that's been designed for this. However, the top of the beam is the same channel as all of our other pitch roof solutions. So if you know K2 products, the basic rail, the single rail, the solid rail, they have this top profile. The MK2 sits on that, and the climber will then be sitting on top of that, where we're fixing to our rail. And our rail is a new version of an old rail. So we have a cross rail set, where it's no, we'll go back one, which is effectively sort of a single rail, again, if you know the products, but it's got the climber position on both sides. And I'll show that in a little bit. But what the sort of scope of all of these together is, we're using the same concepts and designs that are very well known within the business, as in within our business, and then applying it to a new field, which is this ground mounted solution. And here you just see again the cross bracing, which you would put on the outside two sets of the kit, just to add a little bit more stability to the table as a whole, from any sort of transverse movements along the table. And we have a few photos here as well. So this is just from underneath. You'll note here that this is not on concrete, right? So this is a picture of the larger systems that we have. So as I said before, this one's only 2 by 12. If you're looking to have larger panels, or sorry, larger systems, larger tables, or it's a much larger project. So maybe you're talking in the hundreds of kilowatts or the even megawatt size. We would not recommend the concrete. Obviously, that's going to be a very price intensive and labor intensive process. So in certain situations, which we're not going to discuss so much today, we also have a version of this which is coming in a ground mount solution. Sorry, what am I saying? A ground rammed post solution, and you can see that here. But what from this side, you can mention, oh, you can see some of the products that we also are using. So this the cross bracing with the for the wind, with this wire, and the rails are all down here with the beams. These are all the same concepts that we have for the kit setup, but also on these larger setups as well. And so what are we on next? So the last point, which we want to talk about before we get to looking at some of the projects in a little more details, is we have two versions of the kit, right? And so these are for larger modules and smaller modules, shall we say. So the one is the C kit and the other one being the CS kit. So we have the NRAC 2.20, so 2 modules at 20 degrees. The C stands for concrete, and so that's this one here, where we have modules for, so we have the capability for modules from 1 meter 900 1905 millimeters, let's just put it that way, and larger. So here we're probably talking about your 550 or 500 cell, 550 cell, sorry, watt, 550 watt plus. Or if we still have some smaller modules, we have a different one where we have them smaller than the 1905 millimeters. These are going to be our CS, which is concrete for the smaller modules. So the NRAC 2.20, 2 modules, 20 degrees. CS, concrete, small, pretty straightforward, I think. And what's good about or one of the advantages about the system and the way it's set up here, and we'll talk about it in a little bit, is the flexibility of moving these rails. So you can always place the modules in the correct clamping positions for the range of modules, whether they're going to be smaller than the 1900 or larger than the 1900 millimeters. Okay, so now we're going to jump over to the products. If I can maybe just get, I think maybe we look at the other one first, Klaus, to get a bit of a side view of what we were just talking about. We should just be able to see it now. If we start, where are we? Here we are. So these are the sort of the 4 rails, and we can just imagine them for anyone. But using the climber that we had here, this is the cross rail that I was talking about. So this is the new cross rail where we have a climber on both sides. We can fix the rail effectively anywhere along this beam. So and this is one of the advantages of, even if you have, or if you have larger modules or smaller modules, you can move this up and down. Some modules these days are saying we want to be installed, or they need to be installed 1/4 from the edge of the module. Some are saying they need to be 1/5 of the edge of the module. Um, and with this concept, you can quite easily sort of loosen or tighten these and move them up and down. To give you kind of a bit more of a view of sort of what it looks like from the side, we have a wooden brace down here starting from the bottom, but this is sort of representing our concrete foundation. And then from there, we're going to put in our feet, and you get a it's actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we could have maybe put it the other way if we had space, but the name NRAC comes from the fact that we have an N here. So we're actually mirrored. So it's the other way around, but you can kind of get the picture of if you have an N here in the brace effectively, right? So this is kind of where the name's coming from, and gives you an idea of sort of why and how the system looks. Obviously, we've got the front leg, which is going to take the weight of the module here, and then this diagonal brace, which is going to help with stability for the wind coming up, but also any snow kind of load and pressure that's coming down here. And then our back brace is obviously just going to allow for that angle of 20 degrees to be there. From that, what we don't see, and we have I think we have a sample, which we might talk about in a bit, is the cross bracing, which can just be fixed, well, wrapped around here, actually. And then it's going to come towards you, kind of into the plane, to the next NRAC to stop. For example, here you can see, and I'm just showing this for demonstration, that it's effectively got no sideways bracing. So we put that on, and then in combination with the cables, these rails are going to connect all of the NRACs together to create a very sturdy platform to place all of the modules. So we also have some of these in a little bit close up as well. So we'll just now pop over to the table. Just give me a second. I'll put these down gently. And one of the key points, or one of the key points, one of the ideas that we had, or when we were developing this system, was we really wanted to use and utilize some of the K2 ideas and components that we're using across the other system. And I spoke about this at the beginning, but I thought it's an opportunity to show in a little bit more detail. So starting from the bottom, we're going to be using a multi-Monty screw. And sorry, Klaus, I'll just put that down. This is a specific product that's designed for concrete installations, which can hold way too much for what we need them for exactly. They're very, very strong. And these allow, or we use these already for installation on flat roofs. If people want to put ballast underneath rail instead of on top of the rail, you can put down pavers or train sleepers, or kind of whatever you have available that's of concrete, and fix them with these screws. They have a little bit of teeth on them, but the idea is you can pre-drill into the concrete and then put these in, and you don't need to do a chemical set. If you wanted to do a chem set solution, that would also be sort of something that would be suitable. However, this is a very suitable or very easy solution that avoids having to get that sort of extra speciality involved in there, or the complexity in the system. And it's all part of the kit, so it makes it easy. On top of that, or maybe I can even just show. So that's just going to then sit into the foot. Oops. Going to sit through here. We'll fix that in. We're not going to fix it into the table, but you get the idea there, I hope. And from there, you can also see the brace and the nut that's just going to go through to hold the leg in place. You also see it has the sort of flexibility to the install, so we can even sort of lie it down. It's not So once you install it, it's still very easy to sort of work with as well. On the top, we've got the same, and we've then just got our new beam, which is going to run across, and to that we're going to put our new cross rail. So cross rail, as I said before, is an updated version of a previous product that we had, and we still actually have it. So the cross rail is in our product catalog. We use it for specific situations, but the installation of it's quite simple using our MK2. I've got an MK2 here. So the MK2 will be something that, sorry, I'm just now seeing if we have a clamp. It's something that we use all over the K2 range, and I'll just show you kind of quickly what it means on the cross rail. So we're always going to be inserting and installing clockwise. The little butterfly clips make it very easy to install and allow for this nut effectively to be held up from the bottom, and then whenever you fix something to it, the nut actually just pulls up and is very secure. And so we use this product for all sorts of different parts. How we're going to use it here, we can put in our MK2. Our cross rail is going to sit on top, and maybe we'll put it from the side, and that'll show a little bit better. And our climber, which sorry, that's a little more the other way. There we go. And our climber, which we use for a number of other products as well, just sits in, and then we can tighten it from above. And I'm just going to make it finger tight, but obviously you can tighten, then you'll tighten a little bit more. On the other side, we do exactly the same thing. I just have another one, which I need to unassemble, sorry. Installing the MK2, and our climber sits on. So you've got this fixing from both sides, and then you can get the picture where we're fixing them both. So from there, we're then just going to put our other clamps, and let me just grab a clamp to show you what I mean if you haven't seen them before. So we have a range of options for the installation, but just to give you an idea, so our middle clamp, for example, you can just then install this with a quick turn and you're done. Right. So we have a few different other clamps, but the process is pretty much the same. Again, what we're talking about with the combination with some of the older systems or existing systems, this is the same clamp we use on our pitched roof. This is the same climber and climber concept that we use for cross bracing on our flat roofs, also on our pitched roof. The channels here are the same. I would under no circumstances need to do this, but if for whatever reason I wanted to, I could even put the clamp in here. For example, it's the same channel, allows for this kind of cross working of the product. So I hope you should now have a bit of a example of that. I will actually, now I think about it, we'll jump back to our website because I wanted to show you a bit more technical information. And so from our website, you can see me now. This is now going to be from our catalog, or on our catalog. It's already available, and you can access this. So in our mounting systems, usually we would say that with our flat roof and pitched roof is our sort of specialty, the heart of K2, but in the last year or so, we've very much expanded into the facade system, the wall PV, and also our NRACs and our carports. So we can just click on that. These are the two kits. This is what I was saying before. With the one product number, you can just click on it and you get an overview of all of what we've spoken about today. You can, once you've logged in, if you have an account, you can view the technical data sheet, which has all of the dimensions of the spacing between the feet, the size of the modules that are required, all of the different parts and components that are in there. The best place, I would say, to find all of the details, though, is in the assembly instructions. We're not going to go through it today in so much detail, but I just wanted to show you because where it is and briefly maybe one or two things because it is very useful for those who are looking for a little bit more technical information. So in the components, which we were before, we can go to downloads in the assembly instructions and this concrete NRAC foundation. And I've already got it open up here. Let me just zoom in a little bit. And so here, going through effectively some of the slides that you've seen before, what I just want to show is, so here we have some information on the concreting as well. So this is sort of the minimum requirements or recommendations. If you want to put slightly different Rio package Rio in, we can also provide you with the sort of the forces involved. So if you do need to do any modification, all of that information is there, and you can contact us to get it. But for sort of the basic and easier setup, this assembly instruction has sort of everything you need. This E value here, the between the feet, this is shown in the data sheet, which I mentioned about before, some information about the installation with the concrete. And the one thing, yes, I wanted to show was this cross bracing. So we didn't have this product on hand, I don't think, but it just sits at the bottom of the foot. And it's connected to the bolt that's installed there. And then we're going to run a wire up until the adjacent leg. And we might have to go down a little bit, but you kind of do that at the end once all of the legs are in place and the modules installed, just to add that extra stability to the system, just to ensure nothing's really going to happen. So we have now just a little reference project actually that we wanted to show you. So this is a project that we saw in, it's been built in South Africa actually. We'll put this in the chat now. Sean's our managing director in South Africa, and he and the team there works with a guy who had a farm, and he wanted to do a small sort of off-grid setup. And so here effectively is using the 4 tables. And so they had just finished it a few weeks ago, and they went out to have a look. And you can see here some of the sort of factors of the kit. So the concrete, the guy actually did all himself, which was which was good to see. So it kind of showed how easy and sort of simple it was. He gave the feedback that the first one was a little different to put the concrete down, but once he had boxed up the first one and poured it, the rest went like that. So here you can kind of see some of the underneath that they've put together, and you can see, I think after this bit, just a bit how remote it is. There's a few houses in the back, if it's not too pixelated for you, but really it was very much off grid and something that they are just going to do and use for some self usage in South Africa. So this is sort of the kit version. Just before then, I wanted to hand over to Sven. On our website, we also have some information on those larger projects as well. So if for whatever reason this is sort of grabbed your interest, but you think, hey, no, I have the application is a much larger for what I have, we also have some information on our website. So this is one of the reference projects we've done in Germany, which was 1.5 megawatts. And so for that, we're using the rammed post, but much of what we've spoken about before is very much applicable in this point as well. All right, then I might pass over to you, Sven. If any questions have come up, I'll start answering them, and if we need to come back to me, we can. But Sven, if you're ready, I will pass over to you and let you present your part.
I'm ready. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay, great. So I will share my screen now. The right one. Can you see not only me, but also full of energy?
Yep, so we can
Yes.
see you're presenting.
Perfect. Thanks. Okay. So thanks. It's always very, for me, impressive what you realized already in the past and what you can realize with your mounting systems on the whole world. We as SMA can bring some other portfolio products into the systems, in the whole project systems. And that's why I am now here to just show you a quick overview on the C&I, so commercial and industry portfolio, as we're having a home, residential, and large scale for sure as well. But that would destroy the whole agenda of this time now we're having here now together. So just as an overview, where we're coming from, currently we have more than 1,600 patents and utility modules. We have 40 gigawatt production capacity currently running throughout mainly Germany. We have currently about 4,000 employees worldwide, and having a capacity of inverter power already on the whole world of more than 159 gigawatts. So quite huge what this impact means in CO2. You can see there, so 70 million tons of reduction every year. So we are really, as a long time already existing in the market, that we come to that as well. Sustainability at SMA is it's in our DNA, because the founders already more than 40 years ago, they said it's very important to be sustainable. And we are one of the most sustainable companies in Germany. We are ranked this year on top 6 of Global 100 Index World Most Sustainable Companies. Last year we had been on place number 10. So we did already something and improved to get more on top there. And we also have a commitment to the UN SDGs of the all in total 17 goals. We contribute by 9, and this makes us very, very impressive, but also proud, mainly proud, not only impressive. Yeah. Pioneer in PV and storage systems technology for over 40 years. I started last year ago. What I didn't know then is that we invented the string inverter. So really, and the multi-string came next to it, especially invented as well the AC coupling with our worldwide known Sunny Island. And there came more and more products from not only being an inverter company, but mainly being a solution provider with battery, with NXOS energy management, with planning services, and also battery comes to it. And the newest products are these here now currently, which I will show you more detailed later on, the Sunny Tree Power 125, and also the Sunny Island X, which is the successor of the very famous Sunny Island. We are in the place of energy monitoring, solar energy production, energy storage, energy management with our NXOS platform, but also the integration into the energy markets is already there. When we are looking especially for special tariffs, we can do it with Coneva in the German. This is mainly now in the German market, to be flexible with flexible tariffs. And this is only, as said, the C&I world we are looking here upon. We have more or less the same range of products in the home range, but for sure you can see it here as well, the huge central inverters in the large scale area. What makes me very, I can really say proud, and that was only not only one part why I came over from a battery manufacturer and switched over to SMA, is that we are having in the last year received the certificate for information security. This excellent cybersecurity is very important as we see it, as we are in the critical infrastructure with our all over system building in the world. And there we are, as said last year, freshly certified, ongoing until 29 with this ISO 20001 certification, which means they look not only in how we produce, but also how stable, how transparent are our platforms, like the the Sunny portal, but also data integrity and independence in the development standards, what we really do for all these kinds of different puts or spots to bring to make a very excellent cybersecurity. So this is really that helps us, especially in combination or in comparison, combination for all systems, but also for sure in the comparison to some of our competitors. When we look to the whole commercial energy solution, we can see here already in the center, we have a solar inverter, we have a battery system with a battery inverter, we have as well an EV charger with 2 times 2022. That's a bad word, sorry. I begin to get 220, sorry, again. 2 parts of 222 kilowatt AC car loading. So that too much twos were inside. Sorry for this. I hope you understood what my message is there, so that we're having as well. But I do not have focused on this, or will not do focus on this now, but only that you see that the whole commercial energy solution is not only the inverter, but even more than that. Okay, here a view as well on what we currently have in, and I will focus now more on specific products. Mentioned here is the new, I show it here on the corner on the right hand side, is the new Sunny Island X. Together with a connection box, you can see it here, and a hybrid controller. We can already now provide off-grid solutions with more than 300 kilowatts. And there, when we look to the other ones, it's starting currently with this new product that we pronounce it and show it in the markets. And this is, as said, the successor of the very famous Sunny Island. When we look to the inverter business, so the solar solutions, we're having the decentral and the central system design. I will focus now more on the decentral system design, and we are for sure having in the central system design our products as well, like the very huge ones on large scale focus, but as well the Peak 3, for instance, with between 100 and 180 kilowatt. That makes it flexible to really get into your system design what you need outside there in your projects. And we look to the string inverters now, which has a range of starting at 10 kilowatts, even larger, going into the Sunny Tree Power X until 25 kilowatts. And then the Core 1 is coming with 50 kilowatts. The Sunny Tree Power Core 2 is currently 110 kilowatts, and the new, really new one, the Sunny Tree Power 125 with 125 kilowatts. And this is the all new one, which started to be available around May, June. Some products are coming in and being available in the market. As we are currently having good conditions on the Core 2 with 110 kilowatts. This is a successor. And what is new here, that we're having a new communication processor, which is especially certified as well in kinds of cybersecurity. For instance, for sure, the 125 power range has got bigger. We are again having 12 MPP trackers, so makes it very flexible down in the projects. Coming to the commercial storage solution we are providing, let's have a quick look at the business modules and application examples here. The most standard one is self-consumption increase with a battery system. We're having here, for instance, it's a really look into our monitoring system. It's a dairy farmer in southern Germany who on the 7th of July in 23 had an auto key of 100% really using the battery system. That makes them quite independent. Then we're having as well the possibility to, it always depends on your power pricing of the power company that is giving you the power you're buying the power from, and there are different types how they do their business. And one thing, especially in Germany, it is that you can use peak load shaving, and then you will be cutting some peaks that are quite expensive to get from your company, and you can just cut them off and get it from the battery system. So this is one more example where you can use a battery solution inside your whole systems. What can be useful as well is when we're looking to the increased demand due to electromobility. So when more cars coming to load their cars, more people coming to load their cars, it can be a possibility that there will be not enough capacity at the connection point to the net, and then a battery can be used here as well to expand the capacity. And the multi-use for sure is one thing to combine self-storage consumption together with peak load shaving, and then the battery is more efficiently used, and it's also overall more profitable. Sorry, of the investment increases. Yeah, hope you get my number there as well. Looking what we provide you with as mainly installing companies, for sure the hardware, commercial energy meter is also included. We have our planning service where we help you and your customers to really know and help find the right system sizes. Then we help you with commissioning services, and that makes quite all in one package. This is now only the commercial storage solution, but for sure that means that we help you with everything as well. For sure, stand to your side. The inverter has a power of 30 kilowatts or 50 kilowatts, and can be, just dimensioned up to, for instance, when you have 10 of these 50 kilowatts, then you have already 500 kilowatt power, and that can be used in all these different applications. Also flexibility on the capacity side. So we can start with 32 kilowatt hours, but we can expand it to up to 4 of these cabins to bring all together 320 kilowatt hours at one inverter. And this dimension can be also brought so to be more flexible as well on the capacity side. This is the inverter, as said, 30 and 50 kilowatts output power. It has an integrated system manager. I will show you later what this means. And we have a flexible standard equipment with integrated battery booster. That means that we are flexible on the capacity side, so we can bring together the inverter with the battery and be very flexible in the on the sizes of modules we combine, so smaller capacities to bigger ones as well. That makes it quite flexible. Integrated backup power function. So the inverter has a 4-wire operation already, and that will be in preparation together with NVTech as hardware solution, but also some software additions will have to be done, that the backup power will be functionable coming. Long service life, thanks to solid quality made in Germany. So as some of you know, we have some inverters which we cannot produce anymore in Germany, but this one is a full German made in Kassel product. The battery part is, and as you can see here, it's so-called, we call it module as well. One module has 8 kilowatt hours and can be brought to the rack systems. We can have up to 8,000 expected full cycles. We have a 10-year performance warranty, and as said, we are very flexible in the capacity adjustment. A comparison to our, I call it always all-in-one solution. So here you have the inverter and the battery system coming fully from SMA with all warranties and as one included package. And new is coming now from April on. We had just started in April, the Sunny Island X for on and off-grid applications. And now commissioning is sorry, there was an interruption here in my room. Commissioning service will be the distribution offer. So we will be sending the Sunny Island X, and third-party batteries will be listed and approved soon. So one is, for instance, Tesval. We are working along together already, and here you can be ready to really pure off-grid applications rather than 300 kilowatts. Yeah, on the managing distributing solar energy part, we are having the NXOS platform where we bring all the energy flows together, and that makes it quite flexible. I just have an idea of what can be done with, for instance, the Sunny Tree Power Storage X. People from you working together with SMA for a longer time, you know, maybe, and I hope so, when the X is in the name of a product, then it has these already mentioned internal integrated energy manager. So you don't need an extra SMR data manager because you can bring together up to 10 additional devices and use there the integrated energy management. Here we have a view on our platform, the Sunny Portal powered by NXOS, where you can see all the flows of where the energy comes from and where it's going to. So with a battery, but also with the ways of loading your cars. The all new Data Manager M is had been introduced in the market last year, and it's a really all new product. We're having, for instance, integrated this in and out module, which is a MOXA, which in the old ones you could put next to the old Data Manager M, but now it's included. So it makes it much more flexible for all these needs in the bigger project areas here. For instance, remote updates are possible as well, and for sure an increased cybersecurity comes with the product as well. Altogether, SMA Data Manager M, the Sunny Portal, and the NXOS shows all the needed products of surveillance as well, like state of charge and state of health, battery temperature, all these points you can see in the system here. How we help you as well is for sure with the Sunny design. And we heard already before about the K2 base, where you plan your systems, and then there is the connection via K2 Plus, and from there you can more or less jump directly into our Sunny design and use your already planned system designs and then combine it with our planning tool. There's a standard version and a pro version. Pro version is even more holistic in planning, especially when it comes to heat and cooling, which is already included in the newest version as well. And where we help you for sure is the planning service and SMA certification service. There is a view on the Sunny Design and Sunny Design Pro, where you can see here, for instance, the heating and the cooling is currently as well, but also e-mobility you can plan there, and that makes it quite easy for you to integrate all the needed systems. Where we help you as well is our commissioning service remote, where we really, as the name is setting, being remote on your side. So when it comes to commercial SMA PV and storage systems, we together with you on being outside at the premises, show you where to click and how to install, especially when it comes to the parametration of, for instance, peak load saving, all this data, where to click. There we are helping you, and being remote on your side. One more thing as well, certification service, plant certificate in type A and B. This is mainly German thing, German ruled. There we help you as well when you need assistance. Just check our web pages and we bring together our needed or your needed things. Why SMA in the end? Summary is for sure a global leading specialist for more than 40 years. I do not read all your things, but as said, we are currently on number 6 of the sustainable companies worldwide. We are around 4,000 people on the whole world who really be on your side and help you. We are top in innovation and really coming from, as said, inverters to batteries and really being the whole solution provider here. One system, everything from a single source, that makes it quite easy to integrate our products into your systems outside there. Best in class cooling concept for sure, which makes maximum performance and a long service life. No G rating up to 53 degrees. It has, especially in the off-grid areas for the Sunny Island X, for instance, as well. Patented additional functions like our shade fix and smart connected software designs, and for sure the warranty extensions, which can be, depending on the products, can be up to 20 additional years. Very modern test centers for sure in Kassel, Germany, where we can look into all the surroundings that we can see here, from hot to cold, and really be able to bring all the products needed to the different surroundings and conditions. That's from my side, a very quick one. So really, thanks to you. I see already a question here. I can say batteries are NMC chemistry. Yes, it's NMC. Yes, okay, that was my question so far. So let's come together to the Q&A session. Whatever you need, just I would say now get into the together discussion. Back to you.
Yeah, thanks,
Okay,
Sven, for this very insightful introduction to all of the SMA range. I know I learned a little bit there. So we have had the opportunity to have questions throughout all of today, but if you also have some now that pop up, feel free to put them in the chat and we'll be able to answer them maybe a little verbally. For example, there have been a few questions that have come up today in regards to location and also the base software. So I'll probably start off with the base software topic. So for what we've showed today, the carport, no, the NRAC, but also this extends to the carport. These are the things that you would have to send in to the team. So the email, I think, has already been put in the chat, the CI at K2 Systems minus plus DE. That's where we go. Sorry. Point, full stop. So for this kit, you don't really need to contact us. You can just buy it and use it for those wind loads. But if you have any other situations, please feel free to send us an email. The other point that came up throughout a few questions was geography and location. So maybe I'll just give a bit of an overview on that. On our website, we have a contact section, and I will put this in the chat now, I think, else, um, in the locations. And this is will give you a direct link to the teams in every different region. So, for example, we have a team in South Africa who can answer all of the local questions, which might not be so specific to here. The same thing for the US. So we work quite closely with the team in South Africa, but the team in US is a little bit bigger, and they will be able to answer all of those questions regarding the situation and the products that they have there as well. I can just have a look to see if there are more questions that have come up. I've stood at the wrong spot because now I can't jump back and forth. We'll head over maybe. I can
Yeah,
spin
that's
around.
one question. Can you repeat the cybersecurity, please?
Yeah,
What do you mean by that? Maybe you can more specify your question
yeah,
because I
and
do not
also if
get
it's
your
directed
point now. Yeah.
to SMA or if it's more directed to
What what
K2.
what you get for sure, the presentation I've shown you, even more detailed. We have even more detailed information that will be sent to you. The slide, please. You
Ah,
get it. You get
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You
yeah.
get the slide. So after our session here, you will be provided with the whole information there.
Yeah, so a recording of today along with the slides and a
Yeah,
number of links that will go through.
great.
So
Welcome.
that's
Welcome.
easy.
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll begin to wrap up, I think, for today. Thanks everyone for joining. But before we go, we would like to ask you to answer another poll, which we'll just put up because this helps us do better presentations in the future. Without your feedback, we don't know what you like, what you thought went well, or maybe didn't go well. But with it, we can always look to improve for things like next week. For example, next week we have a webinar as well. We'll be running a little bit different. So we won't have the collaboration with another party, but we'll be just talking about our trapezoidal roof types and how you install that and where you install that is all covered in that. Speaking then even further in the future, we have a very big event coming up, which is Intersolar. So don't want to forget about that. If you are interested in coming to Intersolar and do not have tickets, it'll obviously be in Munich, I think 6th to the 8th, or maybe the 7th to the 9th of Munich. And we can provide you with tickets as well. So if you send an email to that address that had just popped up before, we'll put it up again, we will be able to provide you 2 tickets for, I believe it's 1 day's event, or maybe correct me if I'm wrong. I'm getting no shakes of the head. So I think you get a day ticket to Intersolar, or you can get 2-day tickets to Intersolar, I should say. So we'll be there in Hall 6. I think we're in 200, booth 280, sorry, on the Wednesday, which is the first day. We'll be having a booth party as well. You can come see me if you want. I'll be there. You can come see some other people. I'm sure K2 will have a big team. Sven, I believe you'll also be at Intersolar, or SMA will be presenting at
I will be
Intersolar as well.
personally there for sure, SMA for sure as well. And our booth party is on Thursday, so you can directly come over from Wednesday, make the party with K2, and then come over to Thursday to our booth. You are fully invited to all of us. Yes, we are looking all to show you our products directly on the booth. So everything we've seen here in even more details and many people on your site.
Yeah. And we had just a question pop up as well. So transport and accommodation, if you need it, would have to be done personally or privately. We wouldn't be covering that, but you do have the free tickets. Let's just see another question popping up. Oh, just a thank you. So I think that's a good sign that we begin to finish up and say thank you. So, Sven, it's been really great working with you. Actually, I know the team before the German one, it went pretty well as well, and today I thought it's been fantastic. So, thank you for your presentation and your time. We
Thanks to
really
you as
appreciate it.
well. I really
And
much appreciate it as well.
yeah, I think it's also a good way where we have the combination between the mounting systems, which is obviously one part of a PV installation, but how we connect that and how we work with the other companies and other parts of the industry is something that really helps all of our users and viewers of today. Yeah. So then, of course, sorry, thank yous, I shouldn't say yous. Thank you all for joining today as well. An hour out of your time is a lot, but we hope we've been able to produce and provide some information for you. Big thanks to Klaus, who makes all the magic happen behind the scenes. And we hope to see you sometime in the future. From our side, then, thank you very much, and see you again next time.
Bye bye from my side as well. Bye bye. Thank you.